Tonight's the night the world begins again. Better Days by the Goo Goo Dolls at 7:05 on your Sunsplash gorgeous Wednesday morning back here on the #1 Nielsen-rated News Talk morning show in New York City and the self-proclaimed best talk show anywhere in the country. We are Bernie and Sid. And today is going to be gorgeous. Temperatures around 77 degrees and sunny. And today I'm going to make my way, Bernard, to the naked beach, and I'm going to get naked. That's right.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That would be formerly Jacob Reese Park. I'm
Correct.
familiar with the name of it. I've never been there, obviously.
Sure
but,
you haven't, right.
No, I haven't.
Sure you haven't.
Well, listen.
I know you and Breen were there at least one day smoking weed and drinking buds, naked on the beach.
Well, if you include me going there with company, then maybe a few times. But are you? So you're going to walk down there?
That's right. It's only 12 blocks, and I'm going to get naked. And hopefully I'll be in page 6. It'll be like Matthew McConaughey. Remember when he was playing the bongos naked on the streets of California? Yes. So there it is, half of the Bernie and Sid show. Maybe
what are you
one third.
What are you going to do when people start laughing at you as you approach them and then start pointing?
Right. You mean that's after my family when I leave the house?
Well, presumably you'd be dressed when you leave the house, but when you're walking, past people and they're like looking and saying, "Oh my God!
Look at that! Yeah.
Look at what this guy don't have." Are you going to retaliate, or are you just going to take it, or what?
It doesn't bother me. It won't be the first time or last time people laughed at me about something. I mean, penis size or my opinion, whatever it is, doesn't bother me. I don't care.
Well, listen. First of all, these naked beaches, from what I understand, they're populated with really gross people, fat people,
disgusting,
old people.
Yes.
People who don't shave, stuff like that.
Correct.
I mean, it's just nasty. Like baggy cottage cheese asses and that type of thing. It's just it's enough to make you vomit.
No, it's
really.
true. I mean, I have not been on a naked beach since I was like 9 years old with my cousin Jonathan Robbins in Negril, Jamaica, man. But my son Gabriel and my beautiful wife Danielle did make their way towards a naked beach by us, like you said, by Jacob Reese Park 2 Saturdays ago, and both were horrified at what they saw. I mean, you would think there'd be one decent-looking person, Bernard. But like you said, they were all really just out of shape and didn't care, which is, that's my daughter says stuff like that. Ava, who's going to a prom today, like, don't care, don't worry about it. Go out there. If you're fat, you're nasty, don't worry about it. These are your freedoms as an American to do these types of things, and don't worry what other people think. No, I'm too shallow. I get very upset. I worry about what other people think, but these people clearly don't care. They don't care.
No, they don't care. And there are some, tried and true nudists, whatever the hell that is, who believe in, I don't know, the nudist philosophy. I don't know what it is, right. But there are also many more, and I would say many more than nudists, perverts. I would say that there are, a lot of perverts going out there.
Sure.
And
they're going to be disappointed.
Well, yeah, but they get off on just walking around like that.
Sure, they do. You're right.
It's just gross. It's just nasty. It's filled with fat, hairy perverts.
Yeah, they should get rid of it. They should take it away. We don't need those types of freedom. So, but
well, I mean, if you can recruit some decent, I don't know, some decent looking, a decent looking crowd, there's got to be a way to do that.
Well, I have this friend Steve Moderano, and he owns it's a very famous restaurant on Oakland Park Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale in Florida. And it's called Moderano's. He used to have 2. He used to have one at the Hard Rock Hotel. But the one in Fort Lauderdale, Bernie, everybody goes there. When you go to Florida, in fact, Steve is such a big personality. He's in Gravesend. Big, muscular Italian guy, big-time cook, has written books on every late-night talk show. And he would hire these really, really pretty women, just like Atlantic City casinos do, just to sit at the bar, as if they were actually eating there.
Right.
And, you'd go there with your wife or with your buddies and be like, oh, my God, look how gorgeous these people are. I'm coming back. And it worked for him. So I think you're right. Maybe Eric Adams, he can't recruit cops. Maybe he can recruit good-looking females to go to Reese Park.
Yeah, well, like a little bonus, something. You get in free, and you get, I don't know, what? You get Metro cards for 2 months or something like that. And by the way, you should have a monitor. If somebody is as gross as I just described,
they're out.
You got to put your clothes on or get the hell off the beach.
It's like Survivor. You're off the island. That's it. Donald Trump, you're fired.
You got a guy walking around saying you, put this bathing suit on or get off the beach right now, or you're going to get arrested.
That's it. Kind of like Steve Rubell outside of Studio 54. You're in, you're out, you're in, you're out.
Bingo. There you
Need
go.
that guy. Well done.
Like a little rope line.
That's right.
Yeah.
So Rudy Giuliani is set to join us at 7:40 to discuss some very serious issues, whether it's January 6th. There was a report last night he was drunk on election night, his son coming off that great debate on Monday. But, Rudy's funny in that, he's a diehard sports fan, obviously, diehard Yankee fan, loves the Giants. And he has often on this show, with you and I, with Bernie and Sid, taken credit for all the championships that happened in New York while he was mayor. Mind you, he never had one at-bat for the Yankees, and for that matter, never scored one goal for the Rangers. But under Rudy Giuliani's tenure from 1993 through 2001 as the mayor of New York, can you guess, Bernard, how many championships New York teams won?
I will venture a guess, but I will say this. The mayor sets the tone. If you set a winning tone, you have a winning attitude, it does contribute to what the teams do.
I agree.
I will say that. I'll say under Mayor Giuliani, I'll say 6.
You're very, very close. 5. The Yankees under Joe Torre won 4 World Series. They beat the Braves in 96, the Padres in 98, the Braves again in 99. Then, of course, that epic Subway Series, they beat the Mets in 2000. So 4 for the Yankees and Joe Torre, and 1 for Mark Messier and the Rangers in 1994. He could have gotten 6, Bernie, if the Knicks would have beaten the Rockets that year. He could have gotten even more because the Knicks lost the NBA Finals in 99 to San Antonio.
Patrick Ewing wasn't such a loser.
Right. And then 2001, the Yankees lost to the Diamondbacks, too. So he's got 5. Now, the guy that replaced him, who was the mayor for a very long time, from 2002 through 2013, Mike Bloomberg, venture to guess how many championships he won.
I would say 1.
No, he got 3.
Did he?
Yeah, 2009, Joe Girardi and the Yankees, the last time they won a World Series, beat the Phillies. And don't forget, he was the mayor here when Eli Manning and the Giants won those 2 Super Bowls against Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Well, he, of course, as you pointed out, he was a mayor for a long time, for 3 terms as opposed to Rudy's 2, and only 3 victories. He was a Boston Red Sox fan.
He was.
So he wasn't setting any winning tone. He was setting a confusing tone. He was rooting against the Yankees. Let's face it.
Yes, he was.
He was like Joseph Abboud. He's rooting for the damn Red Sox.
Well, like even the guy that replaced him, Bill de Blasio, was a Red Sox fan. He took over.
The Patriots. Yeah. So Red Sox, Patriots, and I guess the hockey team as well, the Bruins.
Right, the Bruins too, of course, absolutely. And the Celtics. So 3 for Bloomberg, 5 for Giuliani. And our crack staff, I had them figure this out. Who would be 1 behind Rudy Giuliani? Mayor, 4 championships, 4 of them in the last, 50-plus years.
1 behind Rudy Giuliani.
So this is politics and sports, which makes our show great.
I hate to say this, but Bill de Blasio.
Incorrect. He won 0.
0. See what I'm saying?
0. Yankees.
Another Red Sox
nothing.
fan.
Right. We won nothing. Now, the Mets got to the World Series with de Blasio 2015. They lost to Kansas City. And, of course, no one else have come close.
All right.
The Rangers in 2015, thank you, Phil, lost the Stanley Cup Finals to the L.A. Kings. So he almost had 2 in 2015, but he ended up with 0.
Good. I'm glad. And that's it speaks volumes about what a leader he is because, again, they do set the tone. But to answer your question, now we have to go back in time. This has got to be an old,
not
old
too
mayor.
old. Not too. I mean, old. It's over 5 decades. But some say, besides my wife being born that year, not to give away her age because she's gorgeous for her age, gorgeous for any age, by the way. But it was an epic year. It was one of the more memorable years in the history of this country.
I know who it was. It was John Lindsay.
Bang! Bernard McGurk.
See what I'm saying?
1969, of course. Yep. You had 3 championships in 69 with the Mets, the Jets, and the Knicks. And then the last year Lindsay was mayor in 1973, the Knicks won their 2nd championship. And, of course, 69, you had the man walk on the moon and Woodstock and all those amazing things. But, yes, as far as I know, the crack stamp has figured out 3 championships, Mike Bloomberg, 4 championships, John Lindsay, 5 championships, the great Rudy Giuliani. So not just a great mayor, but we won more often when he was in charge.
Yes, we did. But I got to say, with John Lindsay, a horrible mayor, just a terrible, terrible mayor.
Worse than de Blasio and Adams?
On a par with them.
Wow.
Yeah. He was a Republican, but he was a total liberal. He'd be a woke-tard today if he were alive.
Yeah.
He'd be a complete and total woke-tard. He was, he was a disaster, and he gave away the store to all the unions. He almost bankrupted the city. He was part and parcel of that whole era. Like, for example, my father, he's benefiting from it. The settlement with the MTA back in the late '60s after the transit strike.
Yep.
He gave away the store.
Yes.
And the city's paying through the nose for it right now.
It's funny you mentioned him with the unions because Biden spoke a lot about a lot of things yesterday in Philadelphia. And one of the things he talked about, Bernie, was in fact unions and how he is the most pro-union president ever. In fact, take a listen. This is Sid 1, Joe Biden in Philly, talking about unions just yesterday.
Be the highest compliment that I've ever gotten in my life, and I mean it sincerely. He called me, what your president just did, the most pro-union president in history. I promised you I would be, and I commit to you as long as I have this job, I will remain that.
See? He's a great president. The unions love him, Joe Biden.
Yeah, don't mind the inflation that's killing you. That's preventing you from filling up your truck to go to work.
The inflation is not his fault. This is Sid number 2. Bernie keeps lobbing these out like softballs. He has no idea how good he is. But he mentioned inflation, too, and he blamed, somebody else.
Problem is, Republicans in Congress are doing everything they can to stop my plans to bring down costs on ordinary families. Oh. That's why my plan is not finished.
Not done.
And why the results aren't finished either.
Mm. You blanking, stupid,
Republicans,
lying,
yes.
Yes. All you have to do, idiot, I can't even, I want to curse, actually. I really do. All you have to do is reauthorize the Keystone Pipeline. Yep. And as Mr. Katsimatidis says, open the spigots, the oil leases, put them out there. Start drilling. He actually banned drilling in Alaska and the Gulf of Mexico about a month ago. I mean, as recent as a month ago. And he started, of course, on day one with other bans on leases and stuff like that. He crushed the energy. He could stop it. He could turn it around tomorrow. So what plan does he have? Go to Saudi Arabia and beg them for oil? Is that his plan? And you can't take back the $1.9 trillion in COVID relief that paid people to stay home. I mean, you can't take that back. What is your plan? You screwed up big time. You can do that. You can fix the energy sector. That will go a long way. Prices would start to drop tomorrow if you just announced it today.
Yep.
It would take a while to get that Keystone Pipeline up and running, but people would know it's coming and good things are happening and that there's a favorable climate for the energy sector. And you would see, again, prices drop immediately, and he doesn't have a plan to do that whatsoever.
No, he has no plan. Nothing he does makes sense, and that's your President Joe Biden. Bill O'Reilly's morning message is coming up next. Esteemed Mayor and WABC superstar Rudy Giuliani coming up at 7:40. Lydia reports. She's always great. Lydia Serrani coming up at 8:25. The great Congressman, our dear friend Peter King, coming up at 8:40. We'll play Beat Bernie in the 9 o'clock hour. Lots more to do. Great show already. Going to get even better on this Wednesday morning right here with Bernie and Sid.
It's Curtis Lewa, and I want to bring you some important information regarding the pandemic nursing home scandal, which resulted in so many unnecessary deaths. To shed some light on this important issue, I have Jeff Guzman here from the law firm of Krenzel, Guzman, Herbert. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me, Curtis.
Jeff, is it true that former Governor Cuomo mandated that nursing homes take in COVID patients?
Most New Yorkers mistakenly believe that was the case. However, it's not true. The state only issued guidance to nursing homes suggesting that they admit such patients, and even after the guidance was rescinded shortly thereafter, nursing homes continued to admit COVID-positive patients.
Jeff, hold on. So you're saying that these nursing homes do bear some of the responsibility for what happened?
Yes, I am. These nursing homes greatly increased the risk to existing residents. Also, nursing homes may have made financially motivated decisions to admit COVID-positive patients despite the known risk to existing residents. Then Governor Cuomo's administration underreported reported nursing home COVID deaths by 50%. The actual number was roughly 16,000 deaths.
It makes so many of us so angry. So you're saying that those family members can sue these nursing homes?
Yes, and my firm is representing many of them.
When you were on the air with Sid Rosenberg, the phones blew up.
They did. I think a lot of people just didn't know who to call or that their family might be entitled to compensation. I'm glad to get the message out that at Krenzel Guzman Herbert, we're working hard to fight on behalf of these families.
To everyone listening out there, if you or a friend lost a loved one to COVID, call Jeff Guzman and his team at KG Law today. Jeff, where can you be reached?
You can call our office at 212-227-2900 or visit us at kglawteam.com.
That's the KG Law Team at 212-227-2900 or just go to kglawteam.com. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Curtis.